is in the lineup. Gabriel Medina up against John Florence. These two surfers, well, they clog more feeds than any other competitor on the championship tour with their manoeuvres, their free surfing clips. And we're about to see it all unfold here in the lineup. Great conditions on day 10 of the event window for the Quiksilver Pro. Ronnie Blakey joined by former CT ripper Ross Williams as Medina looks for a quick start. He drives up into the second section, trying to find some open face for a big finish on the inside. Doesn't overcommit and just gets a nice, clean, tidy closeout section to work with. Incredible heat score total. He could have come straight in, but on his last wave went for a huge air just to work the crowd.
Love it. And Gabriel Medina has a beautiful mix as a surfer for a showman and a Terminator. He loves to compete, loves to grab numbers, but he can impress everyone with his circus-like act, and it's just a beautiful mix, and that's why he's been a world champion.
And especially I watch mixed heat as well, so he was kind of like hard to find the waves out there, so I was really paying attention with that as well. In the beginning, at the heat, I missing a little bit the control as well.
We may even see surfers go to a different side of the bank.
Well, John is up on his second ride without priority. Swoops into one of those clean wraps. A transition snap before grabbing the wall of the wave. Didn't get any cover, but goes for a huge air reverse. Oh. And the backwash is going to cause some havoc there for John. He doesn't ride out of that turn as Medina now. He gets the opportunity to put a big second score on the board. A beautiful looking wave. He drives up into the lip and he makes sure he gets that finish and quickly jumps off his board. Could see a paddle battle here.
And that's his MO. He just doesn't care. He just goes for broke every single time, which is why we love him. And you know what? It looked like maybe he was on the verge of riding out of that thing before he got absolutely imploded by that backwash. Nice. He's got a ton of speed. A couple of good maneuvers there. Just a quick barrel. And there, I mean, talk about pushing the envelope. And I think he was on the verge of regaining some control there right before that backwash just annihilated him. And here we go, Gabriel Medina, again, keeping his speed up with that lower tide. These waves are getting really fast. I mean, we're talking borderline closeouts here. So your maneuvers have to be down the line. You have to keep momentum up. So quick, fast snaps there from Gabriel Medina, but he wasn't able to really go 100% on one of those maneuvers because the wave was so fast.
Thank you, Rosie. Well, the big story there. Roxy Pro semi-finals potentially getting underway. 11.5 minutes to go, though, in this heat, with Medina out in front. John Florence chasing big numbers to get into the lead. Here we go.
Well, John staying busy, catching some waves, just trying to look for those waves that are going to actually produce an exciting section, something for him to go ham bone on. A couple of nice sweeping carves here for John, but you know he's looking for an exclamation mark and got a little lazy there, a little sloppy and dug a rail. So
as we see Medina using priority on this one, looking to drop a 5.67. Clean flow, but no major moves just yet. There is a big vertical snap, a lot of spray coming off the rail, straight into a power carve, and he's going to kick out on the shore break. Just has great patience on a wave, always lets the wave kind of dictate what his next move's going to be.
He really does, and he knows how to select the right maneuver for the right section. I never see him kind of come up to the wave and force the issue. So great patience there mentally for him. Didn't try to oversurf that wave, and he might be freed up after this. Now that he's got a couple of solid scores, we might see Gabriel mix it up and go for the air, throw something down a little more exciting. But this wave is also a good example of how he is sneaky strong. I mean, he just does total leg presses on this wave right here, especially the last maneuver. Nice snap right there. A little more of a vertical approach. You got 12 o'clock in that thing. Right there, that last maneuver, he had so much power. I'd love to see that wave again from the front view. You can really get a better example of just how much water he is displacing.
You think about Medina's track record here in France. You think about the fact that he's made that final down in Portugal, as well as had a runner-up finish in the Pipe Masters. And you just know that he's going to be right there, challenging at the end of the year. He's back to champion, so really he can't afford for those other title contenders to get the jump on him in any of these remaining contests. He has to place higher than the front runners.
All right, thanks, boys. Yeah, I really wanted to see the front view, especially for this last turn. Watch the leg press he gets out of it. That's that nice vertical snap, and this is how he presses out of it. That extra grunt right there, the second half of that carve, he just really, that was pure strength right there.
Medina looking to make life hard for John Florence with just over 7 minutes to go.
And he got a 6.43 for it, so not the craziest score. I was a little surprised. I thought maybe it'd be a slightly higher. Nonetheless, he definitely threw away that 5.67, so grinding away at John, and John's still looking for that first major score.
That rhythm, and the surfer that's been able to remain a little bit busier has prevailed half the time. Well, here we go. This is Medina deep in the barrel. He's going to find the exit. This is without priority. Looking to improve on a 6.43. He went left on this predominant right-hand sandbar and found himself a pretty decent barrel. Just over 3 minutes to go. He might just push that requirement higher for John. He might even put it out of reach.
That's pretty crazy. I think John may have suffered from regular foot itis right there. He was looking for the right-handers, and that little sneaky left went right under him. And Gabriel Medina, being that he's a goofy footer, he found that on his radar straight away.
Nothing to lose for Medina either. He's thinking, okay, I've got time to improve on a 6.43, no priority. I'll have a look at everything that John passes up.
It was a quick one, you know. It may have looked like a closeout initially, but that thing obviously had a great opening right there. And it looked like he really had intentions of trying to plant that alley-oop, but that offshore wind just kind of blew his surfboard away.
Well, there is 40 seconds remaining. As we see, Florence getting a quick barrel. He almost needs to kick out of this one and get back to the outside with 30 seconds to go. He's still milking it. And he sticks this air reverse on the inside. Impressive. But really his only shot was to quickly kick out after the tube and get back out there and try and get another wave in the last 20 seconds. He didn't do it.
It's possible he didn't know, or he's just thinking, whatever, I just want to get one big score.
It's common here too in this lineup for surfers to come in and say, honestly, I couldn't hear a thing.
Right.
These sandbars, they're a long way out.
And that may be the best wave of this heat, which is, you know, it'll be frustrating for John. Just got really iced out in his heat for waves.
Love that finish. So tricky. Shallow sandbar, a bit of backwash to deal with. But the Magician pulls it off, waiting on the scores to drop for that last wave, but it looks like Medina's marching on through to semi-final action. And it's going to be a huge clash. He's going to be up against Adriano de Souza.